Let me share something with you, my friend. When you train your mind the way high achievers and millionaires do, you stop running from problems and start solving them. You stop chasing money and start creating value. You quit waiting and begin becoming. The real battlefield is not your bank account. It's not the market. It's not public opinion. The real battlefield is your mind, and if you don't take command of it, someone else will. Most people don't train their mind at all. They let it drift. They let it react. They let it shrink. But successful people build their minds like warriors prepare for battle, every day, with precision, patience, and purpose. This is where everything begins. I once believed money itself was the answer. I thought if I just worked a little longer, put in a few more hours, I'd finally make it. But I learned something powerful, and I want you to understand it too. Formal education can help you earn a living. Self-education can help you build a fortune. You don't become wealthy with just your hands. You do it with your thinking. Everything starts as a thought, a picture, an idea. That phone, that car, that business, that opportunity, all began in someone's mind. So if you want to change your income, you have to change your thoughts. If you want to change your results, you must change your beliefs. Because once your thinking shifts, your actions follow, and your outcomes follow after that. Take a moment and reflect. How big do you really think about yourself? Not about others, about you. Most people don't fail because they aim too high and miss. They fail because they aim too low and hit. They're scared to think big, scared to ask for more, scared to believe they deserve better. But millionaires train themselves to think bigger, think smarter, and think long-term. They don't ask, how can I just get through this month? They ask, how can I build something that lasts longer than me? You have to stretch your mind, or you'll stay stuck in the same financial neighborhood. Stretching your mind means believing you can do more, be more, earn more, and give more. This isn't about fantasy thinking or repeating empty affirmations. This is about mental discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. Every wealthy person I've met built that bridge with daily discipline. They didn't wait for motivation. They trained their mind every day. They planned, they wrote, they reviewed, they reflected. They worked on their attitude, their language, their focus. Here's the truth. It's not hard to do, but it's very easy not to do. It's easy to skip the book today. Easy to avoid the journal. Easy to say, I'll think about goals tomorrow. That's how people drift into average lives and quiet regret. Maybe you haven't trained your mind yet. Maybe you've let fear drive and doubt steer the wheel. That's okay. The goal is not to attack yourself. The goal is to wake up. You can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction right now. That's what today is about, a shift in direction. It's time to take control of your thoughts again. Guide your mind like a captain guides a ship. Start with awareness. Catch negative thoughts when they show up. Challenge them, replace them, catch small thinking and stretch it, grow it. Once your mind expands, it never shrinks back to its old size. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. The stronger your mind becomes, the easier everything else gets. Making money becomes simpler. Solving problems becomes smoother. Leading people becomes more natural. Train your mind and life starts to respond differently to you. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. It's just a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Not giant leaps, small, consistent steps, done daily. You don't suddenly become rich. You become worthy of wealth by what you do every day, what you read, what you focus on, what you practice. Habits, not hype. Discipline, not drama. If you master your habits, you master your mind. And if you master your mind, there's very little you can't accomplish. Let's start with the morning. Successful people don't wake up by accident. They rise with intention, they rise with structure, they rise with a plan. Either you run the day or the day runs you, and the morning is where that decision is made, not with scrolling, not with reacting, but with stillness, clarity, and direction. Your morning tells your mind, I'm in charge, and when you lead your mind, it follows. Here are 3 habits that changed my life, and every millionaire I've ever met lives by them. First, read. Skip a snack if you must, but don't skip your reading. You feed your body daily. Feed your mind too. Read something that challenges you, lifts you, and teaches you. It doesn't have to be long. 10 pages a day can change your life. 10 pages a day becomes thousands of pages a year. That's not just reading, that's reprogramming your thinking. Second, write. Not just notes, journals. Think on paper, plan on paper, process your thoughts on paper. Write your goals, write your lessons, write your gratitude. When you write, you slow your mind down. You make your thinking visible and trainable. Ask yourself at the end of the day, what did I learn? How did I grow? What can I improve tomorrow? That's how you build a powerful mind, not with perfection, with awareness. Third, reflect. Don't just live the day, review it. Success isn't only out there, it's something you track. It's easy to skip these things, easy to forget the journal, easy to go to sleep without thinking about the day. That's how people miss their future. Not in one dramatic mistake, but in tiny daily choices. But you can reverse that. One page, one note, one reflection at a time. Most people simply react to life. Millionaires create life. They don't wake up hoping the day goes well. They decide how the day will go. They build habits that support their vision. Don't start the day until you've finished it on paper. Know your goals. Know your priorities. Even if you don't follow them perfectly, your mind knows you're serious. You're not drifting, you're leading. And leaders attract opportunity, ideas, and wealth. When your habits are clear, your thinking becomes clear. When your thinking is clear, you stop chasing and start attracting. Success is not about being busy. It's about being aligned with your vision, aligned with your values, aligned with your habits. Shape your routines and you shape your future. You become the kind of person who doesn't just hope for success, but expects it. You don't need to do anything spectacular today. Just do the right small things consistently. We all face two types of pain, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Choose discipline, choose habits, choose the daily process that makes you mentally rich before you're ever financially rich. Now understand something important. You can train your body once a day, but your mind needs training all day long. You must protect it, guard it, filter what goes in. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Not your money, not your job. Your mind is where confidence is born and success is decided. But your mind is also vulnerable. Doubt, fear, gossip, distraction, and negativity are always trying to sneak in, and they rarely ask for permission. Negativity doesn't usually show up loudly. It whispers. It disguises itself as being realistic. It says things like, people like us don't do that, or that's not how the world works. It hides in the news, in conversations, in scrolling, in complaining. If you're not careful, you start repeating it. And what you repeat, you eventually believe. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Be selective about what you listen to. Be careful about who you give access to your thinking. Your environment shapes your expectations. If you stay around people who complain, you'll learn to complain. If you stay around people who grow, you'll learn to grow. Protect your mental space like your future depends on it, because it does. Filter what you watch, filter what you hear, filter what you repeat. Your mind believes what you consistently tell it, so tell it something powerful. You are not here to survive. You are here to build. You are not here to shrink. You are here to expand. You are not here to copy the past. You are here to create the future. Train your mind every day. Think better, focus better, choose better. Because when your mind changes, your life has no choice but to follow. You'll start believing it. And the moment that happens, you limit your life, not because of reality, but because of what you allow into your mind. Think about it like this. Your mind is a garden. You are either planting seeds of strength or letting weeds of weakness grow. Every single day, you have to tend that garden. If you don't pull the weeds, they don't just sit there, they spread. Negativity multiplies in an unprotected mind. Fear grows, doubt takes root, excuses begin to flourish. So how do you fight back? By choosing what you allow in, by standing guard over your thoughts. Now listen carefully, because this part matters. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You might say, I don't buy that. But whether you believe it or not, it still works. Spend your time with pessimists, and you'll start questioning everything. Spend time with complainers, and you'll start blaming everything. Spend time with people who talk small, and you'll shrink your own thinking. But spend time with people who dream big, act boldly, and speak possibility, and you'll feel yourself rise. Choose your circle, choose your influence, choose who gets access to your mind. That's not selfish, that's intelligent. Let's talk about the modern enemy. You're always consuming, scrolling, watching, listening, absorbing. But here's the real question. What are you feeding your mind? Do you follow pages that lift you up or ones that drain your energy? Do you consume content that educates you or content that entertains at the cost of your focus? What goes in begins to shape what comes out. And some people wonder why they're anxious, distracted, or discouraged. It's simple. They've let negativity live in their mind rent-free. cut it off, mute it, unfollow it, unplug when needed. Because millionaires don't just train their minds, they protect them. Want to think like a millionaire? Build a mental fortress, create a daily filter. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? Design your environment with intention, your books, your podcasts, your music, your people, your places. Practice stillness, practice reflection, practice prayer or meditation if that's your path. Remove gossip, drama, and noise from your life. You don't need more information. You need better input. You need stronger boundaries, because wealth begins where peace lives, and peace lives in a protected mind. We're not pretending the world is perfect. It's not. But here's what high achievers do differently. They use negativity instead of drowning in it. They don't live in it. They learn from it. They grow because of it. They turn criticism into focus. They turn rejection into redirection. They turn setbacks into setups. It's not what happens to you that defines your life. It's what you do with what happens. That's the mindset. That's the power. So let me ask you, who is standing guard at the door of your mind? Because someone needs to. Someone has to say, no, that thought doesn't belong here. No, I don't accept that limit. No, I choose to think higher. And that someone is you. You train your mind by what you allow and what you reject. You grow strong by what you say no to, not just what you say yes to. Now let's go deeper. Millionaires don't just think about next week. They think about the next 10 years. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in a decade. Let that sink in. 10 years, not a quick fix, not an overnight change, but a lifetime of steady progress. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design, and that design begins in the mind. You have to program your thinking to see beyond the short term. You must train your mind to look past the weekend, past the next paycheck, past the next round of applause. Millionaires think in decades. Unsuccessful people think in days. So the question is, which one are you becoming? Most people want results fast. They want money without patience, fitness without discipline, a dream life without long-term vision. But you can't microwave success. You build it layer by layer. Short-term thinkers get excited, then quit. They start strong and disappear. They watch the clock instead of the calendar. But if you want to live like very few people do, you have to think like very few people ever will. Millionaires think in decades, they plan in years, they work in months, they act in days, and they master their hours. They're not in a rush, but they're not lazy either. They've trained their minds to delay gratification and trust the process over the hype. Here's a powerful question to ask yourself every morning. What can I do today that will still matter in 10 years? That question changes everything. It changes how you think, how you speak, how you work. Suddenly, you're building legacy, not just results. Small disciplines repeated daily lead to massive achievements over time. That's the power of compounding, and it applies to mindset, habits, knowledge, and character. Think about a tree. You plant the seed, you water it, you protect it. For a while it looks like nothing is happening. Then one day that seed becomes a powerful tree. But if you keep digging it up to check if it's growing, you'll kill it. That's what most people do with their dreams. They stop, they doubt, they compare, they quit because they're not thinking long term. If you want to think like a millionaire, delete the old programming. I need it now. If it doesn't work in a week, it's not for me. I tried once and it failed. Install new programming. I'm playing the long game. Slow progress is still progress. Every day I show up, I win. The world pushes urgency and instant results, but your mind must rise above the noise and say, I'm not chasing quick, I'm building great, and great takes time. Now do something practical. Sit down, turn off the noise, write your 10-year vision. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to become? What do you want to create and give? If your goals don't stretch your imagination, they won't stretch your effort. The purpose of a goal isn't just to get it. The purpose is to become the person who deserves it. Long-term thinking transforms you. Most people don't have a strategy problem. They have a patience problem. They plant seeds and expect fruit the next morning. When it doesn't happen, they walk away. But you're different. You're programming your mind to stick with the vision, trust the quiet work, and believe in the future. Millionaires build empires by doing ordinary things with extraordinary consistency over long periods of time. Short-term thinking produces short-term results. Long-term thinking produces lasting change. The real question isn't how fast can I succeed. The real question is how long am I willing to keep going? If you can think in decades, you'll move with purpose. You'll act with power. You'll build a life that inspires long after you're gone. Now, let's talk about action. Vision without action is just imagination. You've trained the mind. Now you command the body. Success isn't something you chase. What you chase often runs from you. Success is something you attract by the person you become. People spend their lives running after money, titles, and lifestyles, but you don't get rich by pursuit alone. You get rich by preparation and personal growth. The better question isn't, how do I make more money? The better question is, how do I become more valuable? Because when you become more valuable, you naturally earn more. You want $1 million lifestyle? Develop $1 million character. People want the rewards without the roots. But wealth without maturity becomes a curse. That's why so many people who win big money lose it quickly. Their bank account changes, but their mindset doesn't. If someone handed you $1 million today, the goal wouldn't be just to get it. The goal would be to become the kind of person who can keep it, grow it, and steward it with discipline and humility. The journey to wealth isn't just financial, it's personal, it's mental, it's about who you become in the process. When your thinking rises, your actions rise. When your actions rise, your results rise. And when your results rise, your life has no choice but to follow. Who are you becoming? Most people ask, what do I do to get wealthy? But the better question is this, who must I become to deserve wealth? That single question can change the entire direction of your life, because money doesn't respond to wishes, it responds to value, and value comes from who you are, not just what you do. If you want a different future, you have to build a different version of yourself, not someday, not when it's easy, right now. Become someone who shows up on time, every day, without excuses. Become someone who reads, studies, and actually applies what they learn. Become someone who says no to distraction and yes to discipline. Become someone who works in silence and lets results speak louder than words. Become someone who earns trust slowly, consistently, and honestly. You don't get rich by accident. You grow into it. You earn it by becoming the kind of person worthy of wealth. That's not motivational fluff. That's reality. You have two economies in your life, an external one and an internal one. The external economy is your job, your income, your savings, your investments. But the internal economy is even more important. That's your mindset, your attitude, your emotional control, your vision, your self-respect. If your internal economy is weak, your external economy will never stay strong. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job, and your job will improve. Work harder on your character, and your income will eventually reflect it. Your income will never permanently exceed your level of personal development. You can't out-earn who you are. If your habits stay small, your life stays small. If your thinking stays limited, your future stays limited. If your identity stays average, your results stay average. You want better outcomes? Change your identity? You want to earn like a millionaire? Start thinking like one. Start acting like one. Start investing your time, energy, and focus like one. This path isn't about what you get. It's about what you build and who you become in the process. And here's the powerful part. When you become more valuable, you don't have to chase success. Success starts moving toward you, opportunities begin to show up, people start trusting you, doors start opening, not because of luck, but because of who you've turned into. If you want to become the person who deserves wealth, you have to install the habits of the wealthy, not the lifestyle, the discipline. Wake up early, not to scroll, not to rush, but to prepare, to reflect, to read, to plan, to center your mind before the world starts pulling at it. Feed your mind every day. 10 pages of a good book a day becomes more than 3,000 pages a year. That's more growth than most people do in a decade. Surround yourself with people who stretch you, not shrink you. People who challenge your thinking, not just comfort your feelings. People who speak truth, not just agreement. Wealthy people don't guess. They measure, they track progress, they review results. They adjust with clarity. They don't live in denial. They live in awareness. No matter how far you go, never forget where you started. Gratitude attracts abundance. Arrogance pushes it away. These aren't secrets. They're just simple disciplines. But simple doesn't mean easy. The question is, will you do them when no one is watching? Because discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you're capable of becoming. Most people chase more money, more time, more comfort, more things, but the real shift happens when you stop asking for life to be easier and start asking yourself to be better, more focused, more consistent, more valuable, because when you grow, everything changes. Your mindset changes, your standards change, your opportunities change, and your income changes as a result. Stop asking, when will I have wealth? And start asking, when will I deserve wealth? That's the stronger question. You don't get rich by luck, and you don't stay rich by accident. You get rich and stay rich by becoming the kind of person who can handle it with discipline, humility, and vision. So grow. Develop, stretch yourself, invest in your mind, invest in your habits, invest in your character. Success is not something you get handed, it's something you become worthy of. And once you do, wealth doesn't need to be chased, it finds you. Not because you ran after it, but because you finally became the person it was waiting for.